What is up, everybody? First of all, I have to come on here and apologize because I have not been living up to the commitment that I made, and that's posting every Monday and Friday. Unfortunately, I've just been kind of pounded with a bunch of different things going on in my life, most of which are very, very positive things. But sad thing is they've taken away from the time that I can be kind of making videos. But I just want to say thank you guys for even clicking on this video. And yeah, I'm making today's video just to kind of catch up, I guess. And I just kind of want to touch base with where we are, what my family's been doing, what's going on in my life. And yeah, so that being said, I have filmed a couple clips here and there on the events and the trips we've taken in the past 3 weeks or so. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna kind of walk everybody through what I've been up to and what I've been doing. So first things first, I turned 20 years old recently. I know I'm getting old. I'm 20, no longer a teenager. So yeah, I actually took a trip for my birthday. Went to Nashville to see a really good friend of mine, Aubrey, for the weekend, and we just hung out. Didn't do a ton. It was just kind of a chill weekend. But yeah, so that being said, this is me just kind of on my way to Nashville driving. Beautiful, by the way. I'd been to Tennessee, but I haven't been in a very long time. So like driving through like these hills and mountains and rivers and whatnot was really cool to me. But yeah, I picked her up, and then from there we went to downtown Nashville, just driving around. So yeah, we had to wait for a hotel to become ready, right? Because you can't check in until like 3, whatever it was. But yeah, so we just went to Topgolf, had lunch, hit the ball around a little bit. Don't judge my swing. I know it sucks. But yeah, then once we got to the hotel, Aubrey had gotten me these Mama V's sour gushers, which I told her like I really wanted to try, and they were unbelievable. Here's like our little review on that. We had a lot of fun with that. They were like, you need to get them. You need to get them. They're really good. Here's that. Too.
Wow. It's good. It's
Whoa.
sour.
So yeah, they were really, really sour, but like they're so good. I love gushers. I love sour anything. So it was like worlds collided. But yeah, next thing we did is we actually went to, the following night, we went to the Nashville Predators game. And I had never seen an NHL game before. Those of you who have been, I guess, watching my videos for a long time now know that we went to, I think it's the Atlanta Thrashers, pretty sure. They're a minor league team, but we went and saw them play in like March, I think. But yeah, no, this was another level of play. It's obviously the NHL. It's the top of the top. So we had a lot of fun there, watching that game. It was, by the way, if you're going to a hockey game, and I don't know why we kind of didn't really think about this, dress warm. I feel like even when we went in March, I knew it was like chilly, but it was in this, it was probably, I'm not even lying, 50 degrees in this building. It was ice cold. And so yeah, I had to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a hoodie so that way I wouldn't freeze. But yeah, so we had a lot of fun there. And then the next day we all kind of got together. There's a little group of us went to the Nashville Zoo, which I enjoy zoos, so it's pretty fun. But there was this ridiculous spider. I hate spiders so much more than anything. Spiders and snakes, get away from me. But there's this big furry spider, as you can see. And then they had this super cool thing. You could like walk around with the kangaroos. So that's kind of what we were doing. They have like a little path through the kangaroos. You can literally touch them. If they come up to you. I didn't, because I don't really mess with kangaroos all that much, but yeah, it was so cool to see. And then we went to the Rhino Pit, which was cool. From there, I drove home, had a super fun birthday weekend. Nashville is really cool. I loved Tennessee. Like the suburbs of Nashville were like stunning. Like I think that was super cool. So it reminds me a lot of where I live in North Georgia. I guess it's pretty similar. But yeah, so then I went home from there, and not too long after that, a couple days, we got into the car back on the highway going down to the airport, where we got on a big old airplane as we do, and we flew to New York City. This is kind of a little shot from our hotel rooftop. It was pretty sweet. They had a whole bar up there, and we really enjoyed hang out up there the night we got in. And so yeah, then from there the next morning, shout out to Omar, you may be watching this, huge fan of my mom and brother's channel, Car Rides with Connor. I'll link it below. Omar has been like a loyal fan, and he loves Chewy, our Shih Tzu. He's a big fan. I guess he had a Shih Tzu as well, so really cool. We got to meet up with him at Starbucks, had like an hour-long conversation, and he was going to Brussels that night, so hopefully he had safe travels. Pleasure to meet him though. We had a lot of fun there. And then after that, some of you may remember I was on a podcast called the Forever Forward podcast with our good friend Mike. Mom and Connor had been on that podcast. I went on it, and he lives in the city. So we met up with Mike. Here's that picture. Huge shout out to him. He is going to do great things. I'm going to link his channel below. You need to go watch some of his stuff. He's made to be in the podcast game. I promise you. Go check it out. You'll love it. He's going to be big one day. But yeah, after that, we then got to get ready for the real reason we were in New York City. And Best Buddies is global now. They're in over 60 countries, all 50 states. It is massive. And so Connor had the absolute honor of going to speak at their annual gala in New York City, obviously, at the Hearst Tower. Now, the Hearst Tower was, I was expecting like it was going to be a nice venue. But when I tell you it was stunning, like check out, this was the kind of room we all got to hang out in. They packed that room with 350 people, by the way, and then they kind of gave us our own little private room to chill out in there, and they gave us gifts. So big shout out to Best Buddies. You guys rock. You're the best. That being said, here's Connor's speech. You have to listen to it. If you haven't already, please do. It's very touching. Connor worked very hard on this speech and practicing this speech for a long time, and getting to see it all come together and him go up on stage and absolutely crush it in front of 350 people, absolutely incredible. So enjoy the speech. Here it is.
Pleasure of introducing tonight's keynote speaker, Connor Tomlinson. Thank you so much for being here. Many of you may recognize Connor from the Netflix series Love on the Spectrum, where he captivated audiences with his warmth, humor, and authenticity. His journey is a powerful example of the resilience, courage, and joy that define so many of the individuals that we serve. We're thrilled to have him here to share his story, and we're going to start by playing a short intro video before welcoming him on stage.
Love is a dagger, a pretty thing that enchants but also hurts. Okay, let's do you like nature by any chance?
That is a very good question. I've never really thought about that. I guess I am more of a city person. I prefer the hustle and bustle.
I'm Connor Tomlinson. A lot of you may remember me from the Netflix series Love on the Spectrum. Autism acceptance, it's very special to my heart. I had trouble fitting in. I felt I had to hide or isolate myself. But now, knowing that I can be myself around people I love and those who support me, it's very empowering. Good evening. My name is Connor Tomlinson, and I'm so fortunate to have been invited here to speak this evening as a guest of Best Buddies New York. I'm a 25-year-old man, and I am on the autism spectrum. Some of you may recognize me from Netflix's Emmy-winning series Love on the Spectrum, US Season 2. And I'm also lesser known for my YouTube channel, Car Rides with Connor. You should check it out. First off, I want to thank Best Buddies of New York for inviting me to speak to you at this wonderful event, and I would like to wish each and every one of you a warm welcome. My autism journey began in the spring of 2004, when at 5 years old, I was officially diagnosed with what was being termed Asperger's syndrome, known today as level 1 autism. As a younger child, I realized I had a unique memory skill, specifically a tendency for remembering lines in movies and books. I honestly thought this ability was something everyone could do. As a young student, recess was often a time of anxiety. I rarely, if ever, played with other students or was included in their games or groups. I often kept to myself because I did not know how to approach or connect with the other kids. I felt safer being by myself, and it was comforting and entertaining for me to replay movies and books in my head. When I did interact with children or adults outside my family, I often used scenes from movies or books that I had memorized and try and help me socialize appropriately. To this day, I find it interesting that if I am experiencing a similar feeling or emotion than I felt during a movie or book scene, I will use the same language or actions the actors or characters use to help me in real life situations. Trust me, this is not always the best game plan, and it's gotten me in trouble at times. Note to self, do not vote Austin Powers inside a packed out Anyway, in the fall of 2007, when I was 8 years old, my parents took me to the original Pancake House for breakfast. This is when they explained to me some of my unique and special skills were attributed to me having a form of autism. At first I was afraid. I thought I was sick or had a disease. I didn't understand what it all meant. My mom and dad quickly assured me I was healthy and not sick. It was simply put to me that my mind worked differently than other people. I was told in such a way, I felt that I almost had a superpower. It was then explained I would start going through some various therapies and getting some extra help at school. I was empowered by my parents to explain my diagnosis to my 3 younger siblings. I felt glad I was the one to tell them. I believe it helped them understand some of my different behaviors. Elementary school was overall a smooth experience. However, my parents felt it necessary to have me repeat the 5th grade. Mom felt it would help to provide another year for me to mature. There are more opportunities for social development and allow more time in behavioral therapies to prepare me for the social complexities of middle school. However, middle school proved to be a bit of a rocky experience. By the fall of my 8th grade year, the bullying I had been experiencing was quickly escalating. I found myself feeling weak, isolated, overwhelmed, and scared. I started to feel depressed and filled with anxiety on school days. My mom made great efforts to work with the school administration to help my situation. She was met with little to no action being taken, and the bullying carried on. My parents decided they had no choice but to remove me from the public school setting. I landed at a small private school that was run by parents with children of their own on the autism spectrum. While attending this school, I regressed academically. However, the decision most likely saved me emotionally from breaking down, so I am grateful for that year. Due to the expense of this school, along with my academic decline, my mother made the decision to send me back to my local public school for high school. At this time, I feel the need to highlight the direct impact bullying had on me just because I was different and seen as quirky by my peers. I sometimes wondered how a little acceptance, some friendship and kindness might have changed the trajectory of my formative years. I had to work with an academic tutor the entire summer before starting the 9th grade. While other kids and my siblings were enjoying summer break, I was playing catch-up in a classroom to prepare to attend 9th grade classes. Thankfully, I was successful and started my freshman year doing on-grade level work. I have been known to say that high school was the best 4 years of my life. I made a few friends and enjoyed the school subjects I was learning. Little did I know what was in store for me. Following graduation, I went into the workforce. I worked for 1 year at Lowe's Home Improvement, and for the past 5 years, I've been employed at Kroger, our local supermarket. Both experiences have been valuable in my professional life, but I still yearned for something more. This leads me to my latest adventure. I was fortunate enough to be selected as a cast member for the 5-time Emmy-winning show, Netflix's Love on the Spectrum US Season 2. Many people ask, how was I discovered for this show? Funny story. My younger brother Jack, who has joined me tonight this evening, sent a tweet, back when it was still called Twitter, to the director of the show, Kian O'Cleary. Jack also sent Kian a link to my YouTube channel, and the rest was history. Being on the show has afforded me opportunities that I would not have had otherwise. For example, being here with all of you tonight. However, my exposure has also given me the unique opportunity to give back and support the causes that are near and dear to my heart. I want to help raise not only awareness of people on the spectrum or with disabilities of any kind, but to raise the bar on acceptance and equality of such individuals, myself included. Acceptance and equality in friendships, social and professional settings. Being on the show forced me to get out of my comfort zone. I do not know if I could have stood here in front of all of you today a year ago. With the love and support of my family, I have learned how to work through anxiety and at times extreme fear from the new experiences Love on the Spectrum presented. I feel I have experienced growth in less than 1 year than what might have taken otherwise decades. I continue to put myself in novel settings with the new people, and it has helped me enjoy authentic experiences and form new connections that I will always cherish. I would now like to wrap this up with a personal message. Never let anyone tell you what you can or cannot be. I stand before you now a different man, a more mature and aware man, a man that has been blessed, a man that hopes that he can pass on to others a fraction of what has been given to him. Thank you, God bless, stay classy, planner, and enjoy your evening.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that speech. Coming back in just to say, after we left New York City, which was last week, a lot of you guys know Tanner's been on the channel a ton. So is Taylor, actually. Tanner's sister Taylor got married this weekend. So we went to Taylor and Jimmy's wedding in South Carolina, which they live probably about 45 minutes from Columbia. So just to put into perspective. So we drove out there, had a phenomenal time. And so this is just a little clip I got of Connor and Tanner dancing on the dance floor together, tearing it up. But yeah, we had such a fun time between my birthday trip, New York City, and then that. It's been incredible. I also just recently have had a career change in what I'm doing for work. So I'm gonna be really, really busy. So I just kind of want to say that because I'm gonna post as much as I can, but just please be understanding. Like, I gotta work too. I gotta make money. So, you know, that does come first. But for now, I'm gonna be doing as much as I can, showing you guys as much of our life as I can. We still have a ton of exciting stuff coming up. I have a bunch of trips planned, so, and I know you guys enjoy when I get to travel and show you guys that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's been a little bit of time since I've uploaded, but you know, is what it is. I'm glad I still filmed some things for you guys over the past couple weeks, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please comment, like, subscribe, anything, do all the things. And yeah, comment maybe what you'd like to see. If you want to see a video with Connor and I, Connor, Mom and I, anybody, any of the siblings, just let me know, and we'll try to make it happen. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys when I see you, but until then, stay positive, be happy. I love you guys.